I got a message. I don't know if you saw the message yesterday. The angels were short and sweet, and I sang the national anthem. So, if you want to watch that, it's in the video before this video. Today, on July 5th, it was July 4th. I mean, what other song would I sing on July 4th? I guess there's a couple. But, anyway. I want to talk about Mercury in retrograde because we is in it. And after I looked up the calendar of how long it is, I almost fell down. It is the entire month of July, and it is half of the month of August, and it started June 29th or 23rd. It was a little bit of June. It was like half of June, all of July, half of August. That's 2 full months. And it's in the sign of Cancer. Now, if any of you know about Cancer, you know that it's super emotional. 144 on the timer. Super emotional. The sign of Cancer. My rising is in Cancer, and you guys know how emotional I am. I cry in almost every video. I cry almost every day. I actually just cried before I started this video. All the time. My moon is also in Pisces, which is another very sensitive water sign. Thank goodness I have the Aries, because man, I'd be a basket case if I didn't. Oh, thankfully I can rein it in and fire it up, right? What is Mercury in retrograde? Well, we've talked about it umpteen times. Let's talk about it again. Mercury in retrograde is when our communication and travel are just off. Okay? So, why? Well, Mercury is the planet of communication and travel. So when it's in retrograde, it's not that it's actually going backwards, but to our selves, our human on the earth, it looks like it's actually moving backwards. It's not. It's just in retrograde, which means going backwards. So what happens? What is communication and travel? Well, simply speaking, mail is communication travel. So regular mail, email, packages, expect packages to be late. Except when you manifest, because my son manifested his package coming early. I was like, I don't know, Amazon usually comes here in the afternoon. I don't know if you're going to get that fishing rod before you leave today. And he said, no, I really, really want it. I was like, well, manifest it. He sure did manifest it. And he sure did manifest that he got 2. It was 44.99. The angels gave him an extra rod because he's a light worker. True story. Colton has manifested everything. Anytime that he really wants something, it's there. Because in his human design chart, he is a manifester. And he's a very, very powerful manifester. I am a projector. So, anyway, back to Mercury retrograde. So, communication, travel are off. So, what does that mean? Relationships. Has anybody had a hard time with their relationships lately? Kind of like you say something and someone hears it completely differently. That happened with former wife this week, too. We were talking about the schedule for the kids for the summer, and I was like, yeah, I'm on board. Like, yep, I got that. Yep, I can keep them an extra day. No problem. Yep, I know you have to work. I was saying all the right things, and she came at me like, "Rawr!" And I was like, I just said that I got this. Like, I'm definitely taking them and doing. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that, and I'm very overwhelmed. And I said, it's Mercury retrograde. She's like, oh gosh, how long is this one lasting? So I looked up the calendar and I said, well, I hope you're sitting down. And she said, no. I said, yeah. And all the earth is shifting, all the planets are shifting, all the universe is shifting, as per usual. I mean, are we ever not going to be shifting? Are we ever going to be ascended instead of ascending all the time? I don't know. But we got to stay grounded. We got to stay focused. We got to stay vigilant. That's what the angel said yesterday in the message, which I thought was really amazing. And with retrograde, it's also going to be the communication, the travel. So what's travel? Driving, flying, training, all the things. Okay, so you're traveling, it's going to be off. So be super careful on the roads. Put yourself in the bubble of light. Put your tires in the bubble of light. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if you saw the video of my fairy friend going home. She had a car accident traveling in Mercury retrograde. Wow. I just put that together right in this moment. She was traveling to work in the morning, you know, normal. And the car in front of her lost a tire. And she tried to swerve to avoid it. And she rolled, the car rolled, and then she slammed into a tree. She was gone instantly. She went straight to heaven. And I feel her brother, Ron, who's an angel, she was a fairy, he's an angel. I feel like I always felt like they were the soulmates. I feel he was there to take her home. Because when you die so tragically, that's a hard one. I'm right now listening to on Audible, and I highly recommend it, Between Life and Death by Dolores Cannon. Now, this for me, this book, I already knew all this. I already believe all this. I already know all this. But it's nice to hear the validation, for sure. And I would say, like, for a beginner who maybe doesn't know as much as me, I just feel like I came in knowing a lot about death and past lives and everything. Probably how I've now seen, as of today, how many am I up to? 99. I'm at 99 past lives now. I just saw 2 more with Forever Soulmate today in a meditation. He was my father. I was his mother. In 2 different lives that I saw today. So anyway, I highly recommend that. Especially if you're just beginning and you're like, well, I kind of believe, or you're just waking up and you're like, well, I think I believe, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense, but I don't understand it, or I don't really know all the things about it. Highly recommend this book. I will put it below. So, communication and travel. So that's off, right? Communication and travel. It's being off. That's hard. And it's really hard when it's really emotional as well. So what do you do during Mercury retrograde? Mercury retrograde, do's and don'ts. Don't try to start anything new, like brand new. If you have to sign papers, make sure that you read them a few times. Maybe have someone else read them as well. Because you could see something that, you know, that's not there or that is missing, okay? Really hard time to sign any papers. But this is what I've always said for years and years. That's the thing about being human. We have to do these things. You need to sign papers. You maybe are getting a divorce. Maybe you're buying a house. You got to sign papers. I don't know. Other signing papers things, right? Well, sometimes we have to do these things as humans, even though the planets don't want us to do it or what have you. So that's okay. But you could do it. You got this. Just be focused when you're doing it. That's all. Be super careful on the roads and aware. Stay aware. Stay grounded. Stay aware. Okay? It's a great time to anything, like retrograde, redo, renew, reuse, resume. Okay? It's a good time to put out your resume. If you're starting a job during Mercury retrograde, that's okay too. You just have to stay grounded also. Okay? Like, sometimes you got to start a job during Mercury retrograde. It's like, this is what the human life is, right? We got to just do things. Can't be like, no, I can't start my job right now that you just gave me because it's Mercury retrograde. They're going to be like, hey, crazy person, you're out. No, you can't do that. So you can just stay grounded. You can just ask for help. You can just meditate and do your light worker things. Write down, I am starting this job even though it's during Mercury retrograde and everything is going to be fabulous. And then it is done. Because the angels, don't you love that bracelet? I love it. They're always there. There you go. Okay. So it's a great time to wrap things up. We don't want to start anything, but wrapping things up is a very good time during Mercury retrograde. It's kind of like they get wrapped up nice and tight during Mercury retrograde. Now, do you have to wrap things up during Mercury retrograde? No! That's the thing. I don't know, maybe you didn't see the video, but a long time ago, it was a blue moon. I'll never forget this. I don't even think the kids were born yet. So maybe we're going back to like 2012, 13, maybe 11. I don't know. I was living in Tarrytown. That's all I remember. And it was a blue moon. And I was like, oh, let me get a message from God in the blue moon. 1313 on the timer. And I was like, God, what do we need to know about the blue moon? And he was so funny. God said, I don't understand you humans. You make it so complicated. You don't have to wait for a moon or a blue moon or a sun or a star or a planet. If you I laugh every time. If you need to release, just do it. You don't have to wait for the moon to do it. If you want something, ask me. I'll give it to you. If you want to release, ask me. I'll help you. I don't understand it. You make it so complicated and it's so simple. God kind of yelled it. It was so fun. I'll never forget it. It was so funny. And I laughed and I shared the message on the old Facebook page that I used to have connections with Elena. That is no longer. Because it was all done. We let things go. Okay? So, little 101, Mercury retrograde, right? If you want a little deeper dive into Mercury retrograde, I have a fabulous meditation that I channeled a long time ago. I used to do events around Mercury retrograde all the time. I channeled this amazing meditation that you go to Mercury in an astral travel meditation and you become friends with Mercury so that Mercury retrograde can help you instead of fight against you. Okay? And it's really powerful. And I have I have done this meditation with so many people, including large groups of people and, private single sessions. So if you're in need and you're like, man, Mercury retrograde always hits me real hard and real bad, let's do a meditation. No problem. Let me know. And what else? Mercury retrograde. It's really funny in that meditation. It's like Mercury gets a really bad rap. But it's really not Mercury's fault. Mercury's just there doing Mercury things. It's just the way that we're perceiving it. And if you're born during a Mercury retrograde, you're supposed to have an easier time. I was born during Mercury retrograde, and the aftershocks, I call them. So there's the pre-shadow, then it's actual retrograde. It's like when it's going into retrograde, then it's like, boom, we're in retrograde. It's like the hit. And then it's all through, usually about a month, maybe a little bit more than a month. And then the after shadow, the post shadow, they call it. I call it the aftershocks. I usually have a harder time in the beginning and the end, not usually in the middle. And this Mercury retrograde, thank you. My meditation worked. I became friends with Mercury a long time ago. It's been a lot easier. However, actually, this week at work, I found that it was like my mind felt jumbled. The communication in my mind, like my human job that I do every day, it's very technical. I'm working with a lot of different computer systems all at the same time, and like boom, 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 boom. Hold on, I just have to open up the other system. I'm saying that all the time to my customers on the phone. And it was like, I just couldn't put things together, and then I stayed later than I was supposed to. My supervisor was okay with it. Oh, thank God for her. She's an angel. I love her. And it was, I said to her, Happy Wednesday! And I was like, oh wait, it's Thursday! Sorry about that. I thought it was Wednesday. That's the kind of week I'm having. And she laughed so hard. She's like, it has been a really wacky week. And I'm like, that's because we're in retrograde. So I was teaching a couple of people at work about retrograde. But that's it. The communication in my brain was off all week. And I also didn't want to go out all week either. So I stayed in. I didn't sing all week. I haven't sung since last Sunday, and I'm going now. But that's how it affected me, for sure. I went inward, and I got quiet. I still did my videos and things, but I got quiet. I've been really, really focusing at the gym and my gym journey, and I have a couple of videos coming about my gym journey. But it's like, wow, right now, because we need to stay grounded and focused. That's the big, big message that I keep hearing. Grounded, focused, vigilant was the message yesterday. And that's not a word I use. So we know that's not me, it's them. If you watch any of these videos, I think you trust that I'm actually getting messages and it's not just coming from me. I hear them all the time, all day long. And I'm very grateful for it. And I love when I can share with you. Anyway. All right, so I think we tackled everything I wanted to talk about. So if you're having a super emotional Mercury retrograde, just ask for help. Just cry. Just release it. Just get it out. Write it down. Burn it. Release it. Rip it up. If you can't burn, there's always ways that you could do things. If you have, sorry, my ears pop on this hill. If you have the essential oils, you don't know what you're using, what you're doing, ask me. I'll help you. I don't care what brand they are. If you need some and you want to get them from me from doTERRA, fantastic. If you got them already, I'll teach you how to use them. No big deal. There's a lot of people out there that will help you, and there's a lot of team up here that will help you. But you have to ask. I always say that too. It's the catch-22 of spirituality. They want to help us so badly, but they can't help us until we ask for help. Because asking for help is one of the hardest lessons to learn as a human. I came in already knowing that lesson, but a lot of people won't do it. I asked a guy for help at the gym just yesterday. I could not reach the machine. He's like, oh, are you a little vertically challenged? I said, yes, I am. Can you please help me, tall man? He was just laughing, and he said, yes, of course I can help you. And he did it in an instant. It would have taken me struggle. I would have had to climb on top of the equipment. Why? Why am I going to do that when this very nice tall man was passing by, and with his big muscles, he went, and it was done. That's all we got to do. Ask for help. People will help you. The angels will help you. God will help you. Your spirit team will help you. When's the last time you asked? When's the last time you asked for something you desired? How are they going to know that you desired if you're not asking them? The answer is they will not know. So you gotta ask. And asking is so fun. You can manifest it and poof! Just like Colton's rod. Poof! Then he got 2. I said, I'm so proud of you. And you're manifesting. And he was all proud of himself and excited. Oh my gosh. Anyway. I love you. Go grab that best life that you deserve. And tell me about it so I can celebrate you. Because I love to celebrate you. It's one of my favorite things. To celebrate other light workers. And just people in general. I love celebrating people. Oh yeah. If you ever have a show or something like that, I'll be the best audience member you ever did see. Even Christian Slater thought so too. That'll be another story for another video. All right, you go. I'm gonna go sing. I love you.